plight of so many migrants from Central America risking their lives to try to cross illegally into the United States has been thrown into sharp focus this week. Thousands are leaving El Salvador every year in search of a better life in America. The image of one man from El Salvador, Oscar Ramirez, and his daughter face down in a river after they drowned trying to cross into the United States has shocked the world. El Salvador is Central America's smallest country, but has one of the world's highest crime rates. Around 60,000 gang members control much of the economy, and more than 3,000 people were murdered in the past year alone. Our international correspondent Orla Guirin reports from the capital, San Salvador. Her report does contain details you may find distressing.
In El Salvador, daily life and death. Another killing in gangland. It barely merits a glance. And doesn't stop the ice cream vendor. The gangs are like a virus, unseen but infecting every aspect of life. Locals are telling us that by dumping the body here in broad daylight, it's a clear message of defiance to the government. And over here you can see just whose territory you're in. The gang has branded the street corner. No one dares speak out against the gangsters of Barrio 18. Not even the woman on the phone, who fears the victim is her missing son. Small wonder plenty of Salvadorans try to escape all this and head for the US. Some to get away from the gangs, others to look for decent jobs and a better life. But many wind up back home, facing constant danger. Families wait for loved ones who have been deported. They arrive at this reception centre in San Salvador. This father and daughter back where they started. Wilbur hoped to spend a few years in America, saving for his future. Instead, he and 4-year-old Brianna were detained and separated for months.
Sí, incluso cuando me separaron, ella gritaba, lloraba.
She was screaming and crying, saying, "Please don't leave me," he says. It was very hard. When I got her back, she didn't recognize me. When darkness falls here, the streets are deserted. The gangs own the night. They sell drugs, run extortion rackets, and try to control everything that moves. We met 2 former gang members who became police informers. We cannot use their names or broadcast their voices. Chillingly, they say their job was to kill and keep killing. One admits to slaughtering 56 people.
The first one was with a knife. He was a member of a rival gang. Then there were others with a gun. The last one was chopped up. You mutilate the body, the hands, the legs, the arms. You take their insides out.
It sounds like you were butchering people like you might butcher a sheep.
At that moment, I just thought of them as my enemy. I had to kill 7 people to be initiated into the gang. If you want to earn rank, you have to carry on killing.
This man started killing at 15 and became a leader in his local area. He says if his old gang ever caught him, he'd get special treatment.
They would deal with me in the worst way. They would bury me alive, then dig me up and kill me very slowly.
And what would you say to the families of those you killed? Do you ever think about them?
Whatever I say, it won't bring back their dead. I have already left mothers without sons, people without brothers, cousins, and friends. What I tell them would mean little or nothing, but I repent every day.
Security forces lined up at the start of another crackdown on the gangs. El Salvador's new president, Nayib Bukele, who took office this month, trying the iron fist approach. In this blood-stained country, one more attempt to reclaim the night. Orla Guirin, BBC News, San Salvador.
Our North America correspondent Chris Butler is on the US-Mexican border, and Orla's report shows why so many are still so desperate to cross that border where you are, but it's causing all kinds of political problems, isn't it?
Yeah, although just across this border in Mexico, you will find many migrant families sitting effectively stranded in the sun on the edge of America, in some cases waiting months to be seen by the US authorities. And in itself, that is the sign of the sheer numbers that are still continuing to come. And both Democrats and Republicans accept billions of dollars is needed to address some of the problems here at the border, but they've been fighting over how that money should be used. Republicans want a lot more flexibility. They want it to be able to be spent on the likes of border security and enforcement, while Democrats feel the real focus should be on improving the conditions for migrants, particularly, for example, in those children's detention centres where there have been claims that conditions are unsafe and unsanitary. Well, tonight, the Democratic leader, Nancy Pelosi, has given in. She says she will now support the Republican bill, which President Trump will undoubtedly claim as a victory. But Democrats say it's important that the money is freed up and spent, that children should come first. And that may well be a sign that that stark image of Oscar Ramirez and his daughter Valeria lying dead in the Rio Grande has had an effect far beyond this border.
Chris Buckler, thank you.